Hi, welcome to this video on inversion. To begin with our discussion, let us define inversion using the template of inversion. In inversion, the given proposition is called the inverted. Then you have the given subject, copula, and the predicate. If you're going to invert this given proposition, then you'll have contradictory subject term, copula, and predicate. And this is for the partial inverse. Now, letter Z is used to represent the contradictory subject term for this discussion. Now, if you will invert this again, then you'll have contradictory subject term, copula, and contradictory predicate term. So, letter Q is used to represent the contradictory predicate term for the purpose of this discussion. So, that's the template of inversion. So, what is inversion is all about? The partial inverse of a given proposition is one whose subject is the contradictory of the given subject, but whose predicate is the same as the given predicate. So as you can see in the partial inverse, the subject term of the given proposition is contradicted, while the predicate term is retained. On the other hand, full inverse is an inferred proposition whose subject and predicate term are contradictories of the given subject and predicate. So you can see in the full inverse wherein both the subject and the predicate of the full inverse are contradictories of the given proposition. Inversion also involves a series of inversion and conversion processes. The inversion of an A proposition begins with inversion, while the inversion of an E proposition begins with conversion. On the other hand, I and O propositions cannot be validly inverted. The inversion process of an A proposition begins with the given proposition. Then you invert the given proposition, then convert the obverse, then overt the converse, then convert the obverse, and you have the full inverse, and overt the converse, and you'll have the partial inverse. So that's the process. To apply the process, so the inversion of an A proposition begins with inversion. So you have the given, then you obverse, then you converse. So for example, all human beings are mortals. So the obverse is no human beings are non-mortals. And you converse it, that's why you have no non-mortals are human beings. In the next slide, we will overt this converse. So we have every Q is Z, then we convert it, some Z is Q, and we overt it, that's why we have some Z is not T. So to apply, the obverse is every non-mortals are non-human beings, and the converse of it is some non-human beings are non-mortals. and that's the full inverse. And you avert that converse, then you have some non-human beings are not mortals. And you have the partial inverse this time. So if we will compare the template of the inversion and the result of our application, in which the given proposition S is P is all human beings are mortals. We have the full inverse, which is some non-human beings are non-mortals, and we have the partial inverse, which is some non-human beings are not mortals. For the truth value of the inverse, if a given proposition is true, the inverse is likewise true. If false, the inverse is doubtful, meaning it's not sure if it is true or if it is false. That's all about inversion. Thank you and keep safe, everyone.